clients and our community. Meyer and Rosenbaum, now located at 1901 Front Street, historic downtown Meridian.
East Mississippi and West Alabama's news, talk, sports radio, the Big Ten, WMOX. Welcome back to the morning show. Welcome to hour number 2 of 3 giant-sized hours. My name is Bill Smith, along with
Stella McMahon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and welcome to hour number 2 as we continue our conversation with the candidates. And this is our last candidate tab for the general election, which, by the way, is this Tuesday. It's June the 8th. General election 7 to 7. People still voting, I guess, absentee for 2 more days. But we have in the studio with us candidate for mayor, Mr. Robert Ray. He's running as a Republican. Mr. Ray, thank you for coming on with us this morning.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
All right, listen, we'll give you a few minutes just to jump up on that old political stump and tell us a little bit about yourself and why we should vote for Robert Ray when we come to vote this coming Tuesday in the general election.
Okay, thank you. Hey, the reason that I would make the best mayor is because I've been in the fixing business for over 40 years. I'm a professional counselor and development counselor, and I fixed that prison system single-handedly out there. I got over 100 males out of there who had all kind of issues, criminal issues, mental issues. And I fixed those guys and got them guys out of there, and they went home to take care of their families and to love their children, and they never came back to prison. And that is why my process, which is the Organism Chapter 4 process, it will fix this city just like I fixed that prison out there. I mean, it would be easy. It'll be a piece of cake, because fixing those prisoners out there, I mean, it was a uphill battle all the way. But if I had individuals that were supportive of me in the process, then hey, it would be a piece of cake to fix these police officers. And this is what this is. It's a comprehensive systemic racism prevention and systemic racism recovery training professional development process for police officers and sheriffs. And that's the one main sore that's in Meridian. Everybody's talking about how the police station is corrupt. But if I get in there and we give the officers 24 sessions of these 3-hour sessions, it will change their whole life and their whole attitude about how to do police work. They would be holistic police officers, and they would be peace officers then. Every time they go out on a call, they would go out on a 227 or 146. They would handle that in a professional, orderly way, and it wouldn't be any racism involved in it. It wouldn't be any bias involved in it. And we would have the best police station on the planet. Now, what will happen after that is that we would film every session, 24 sessions. We would film those sessions, and we would stream those for $200 to all 12,000 police stations in America. And they're going to come for it, because they run around with a chicken like his head cut off now, trying to find out what can we do with this systemic racism, because they are paying big money because of these officers who are not qualified, and they're paying $27 million. He goes out and he kills a person, and he gets sued, and the city has to pay $27 million. That's eventually going to start happening here in Meridian. They're going to have to start paying out millions of dollars for officers' wrong death pursuits and stuff like that. Why not prevent all of that? That's what I'm into. I'm into prevention. And once we start that, and we'll start making that money coming in, we'll stream those sessions. Every session will cost $200 to stream one time to every police station that want it. And they're going to want it. It's just a no-brainer. And then we will train the officers to be trainers. So once these officers become trainers, then they can train other officers, and that will be at $100 per session for 24 sessions. You do 20 officers, that's $48,000 every time 2 officers train 24 police officers anywhere in the United States. and they're gonna come. They're gonna want that to come. And then I have the next I would deal with the school system and get these kids up to par and let them know how to learn. You have to deal with their home dysfunction also, because I've heard that these students here, neighbor was telling me that his relative had a little boy that made honor roll, and he couldn't even read. I mean, if you make honor roll and you can't read, there's something that's going on there that shouldn't be going on. And then they've got others that they pass. They're not qualified to go to the 4th grade or the 5th grade, but they pass them anyway. See, that is study bringing meridian down. I mean, and like I said, no businesses is going to come there. I hear my other opponent talking about he's going to see about bringing businesses here and stuff like that. But as long as you are labeled as the most dumbest, stupidest, is a uneducated state in the union, no $1 billion companies is going to come here. It would be irrational for them to come here because they wouldn't have the best quality individuals to work in their plant. But once we get off of that number 10 list, then everybody will be coming to us then, because they'll see that, hey, if we got racism training for police officers and no one else has it, then we've got to have something here, Marie. And this process will bring all of those things here. And these other opponents don't have it. I know Jimmy Smith, he's got health issues and dementia, and Western Lindeman, he's too young. He's just 24. He's a college dropout. He knows things that he's learned in the city council, but nobody likes him over there. I mean, and he's not going to be able to supervise adults and older adults like he think he is. You just can't, just because you're the boss, that don't mean that people jump when you say jump. Somebody have to like to be supervised under you, and from what I hear and see, they don't really like him over there, and he's going to do so much for the police that they don't like him there. And what if they threaten to kill him again? Is he going to run out and run into a hole like a rat again, or what? I'm the only individual, and he got a lot more baggage than that. You know, he's smoking marijuana. I mean, he got this girl that liked to wear blue hair, and he's got Bill Arlenhouse, the most corrupt man in Meridian. You know, he was involved in that cemetery scandal. And these are the people that he got running his campaign, and he's running on a non-corrupt campaign. So how long do they think they can fool the people? It's just not going to work. I haven't ever seen a campaign like this where you don't debate. You don't find out what kind of character, what kind of criminal element that you might be dealing with, what kind of health issues. So me, I'm 100% healthy. My mind is there. I got the process ready to go. I don't see what the issue is myself.
All right, specifically, if we have the, I guess one of what you're saying, the worst public school districts in the state, is that what you're saying, in the southeast? And what do we do specifically to make that better, if that's true?
It is true, because I hear so much. People tell me about how the system. One individual told me that the teachers, they don't go in to teach, they go in with a script. They go in to teach these kids enough to pass that test, the reading test specifically, and the math test. Now, most of them can't do this. They can't pass this test. But they dumb it down so that now the level that you have to climb up to in order to pass it is lowered. So you don't have to really get it done, but you're just going through the motions of getting it done. And then even if you don't pass, they pass you on anyway, and then so that they can get the money that the federal government is giving everybody for passing. But what you have to do, you have to get these kids stimulated to want to learn, and that's what my process does. I have the process called the therapy for preteens. And it's mostly about addictions, because that's most of what they experience in their family. Their mom is addicted to something, their dad is addicted, their brothers and sisters addicted, and they have to learn how to protect themselves from those things. And they become little geniuses when they go through these processes. And then I have the process for personal adjustment therapy for youth. That's the high school and junior high kids. And once they start getting these processes, then they become the most rational little beings on the planet.